Hi and welcome to this video on the Parent Diaries, and this page is starting to go gangbusters and it's only been up for 3 days or so, and you can see that already this week I've reached 512 people and I've had 57 post engagements. Now the way I've got this set up is that the posts get written from the Parent Diaries and it's anonymous, so people might think because I invite them to like the page that I own it. Well, sure, I probably do, so I created it, but the reality is I want the sense that the Parent Diaries belongs to a lot of people and that I'm just a contributor. So if I scroll all the way down, and you can see that's just thinking in regards to that. Obviously my internet is being used by my kids with Netflix, etc. And as we scroll down, I'm just going to give you a tour, if you like, of this page. So we're gradually building it, and we're building it slowly, and the whole idea of this, the Parent Diaries, is that I get more people wanting to contribute. So at the moment I'm writing the post, but then I'm actually responding to them as a contributor. So you wouldn't know potentially that I've written this, but you'll know that I like the page, and you'll know that I follow the page and that I contribute to the page just as a person. And I want other people to do that. So it says here, welcome to the Parent Diaries. Parenting is a tough job, no question. I spend a lot of time having coffee with mothers and fathers, etc. So anyone who knows me knows that I've actually got 4 kids between 10 and 3. So they might have thought that I've got this. Now I could remove this, for example, or I could, for example, put edit, and I can put my name with it. And I could say introduction by Chris Hugo, welcome by Chris Hugo, forward by Chris Hugo, etc. But I don't want to do that because at this point I don't want to do it because I want to say semi-anonymous. So my wife has liked that, and people can think what they think. So 36 people has reached with that. And then I started putting posts up quite quickly. So I was at 5:34 the 19th of October, then 5:36 on the 19th of October. So I've got a number of things on my mind which I want to put out there. And then I like it or love it, and then I put a post. Now I have my sister on there. She obviously knows me, and she's having a bit of banter. Now I don't want this page to be one with banter. I want it to be professional so people can come on not knowing who they're talking to, but looking at the post and saying, wow, yeah, that relates to me. So I want the personal side of people knowing me taken out. I just want people to think that they're contributors, I'm contributors, etc. So it's all about the persona, perception. I don't want any banter, I don't want any smart aleck comments, etc. So I end up removing that. I replied to a comment from the Parent Diaries, because basically she said, oh, bah, ha, 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 2 years old, wait till they get to teenagers. Well, that's going to turn people off who have young kids and only have maybe 1 or 2 young kids. As soon as you get to your teenage years, obviously that's another challenge. So from the Parent Diaries, I basically said, thanks for your post. I'm sure you've got a lot of experience. You're having issues at the moment, etc. But then she goes, oh, I thought it was my brother's page. We're having banter. I don't want that. So I just removed it. So then you got the Parent Diaries putting a post here at 5:41. I've also responded. You can see that the people it's reached. So I will share these posts on my page to try and get more people reached. So 24 people reached. But as I start to share, you'll be able to see that more people will start to get reached. So 8 people there, 70 people here. Okay. And now we've got people commenting. So yes, it's just myself, and it's my wife, and then the Parent Diaries respond back, because I want people to think there's multiple people doing it. 26 people reached, so 279 people, and that's because I shared it. And so you can see share, and also Talking Stuff is shared as well. Actually, I didn't share this, Talking Stuff did. Talking Stuff is another Facebook page that I run. And you'd see that I've liked it, and it's easy to do. I just click on here, and I can either comment as me, you can see it changes to me, and you can see I actually have shared it. There you go. So if I put that back on the Parent Diaries, that's interesting that it actually goes to 1. So I actually have to see it as my own personal profile to see that I've shared it. So I could comment as I can do it, for example, and that would then put another person doing it. So here we've got, so this is my sister here. Hey, I'm confused. Isn't this your page, Chris Hugo? And then I replied, I'm just a contributor. It's run by several people. And that's the feeling that I want people to have. Then she'll go, oh, okay. So it might not be me. She's going to have a go at me, I know that. She goes, well, you're putting this post generically and then you're responding. How weird's that? Well, it's not weird. It's I'm writing this post, but then I'm referring to it with my own personal thoughts. So this is an observation. This is personal. So now she's going to think, oh, okay, other people might be using the page. She's not going to get on it and be unprofessional, so to speak. She might not even come back on it, and that's fine. That doesn't worry me whatsoever. So as you can see, we've got a number of posts already, and that is really cool. So I'll work on the marketing campaign. I've got my Twitter account now, the Parent Diaries. I'm starting to put one tweet up per day. And basically what I'm doing is I'm taking parts of a post, because you've only got 140 characters. That's including your hashtags and your handles that you put in. So I can only put 140 characters in Twitter. So I need to just be careful. So I did, there must be a switch inside a child. So I want to go back down to that post and go to the next one past it, because I actually want Twitter to be a little bit behind Facebook, because the Facebook gives me the content for Twitter, and unless people are following Facebook and Twitter, which can be the case but generally not, because not everyone who's on Facebook follows Twitter, and people get on Twitter because they want to get away from Facebook. So let's have a look at the switch, and then we can feed both audiences. Here we go, there's the switch. So here, as a parent, you learn sometimes the hard way. It sounds, yeah, okay. So this is really important. It's about listening for your kids. So I'm just going to copy this. It's going to be too many characters, I think. That's okay. We want to tweet. And I'll right click and I'll select paste. Okay, so it's not many, not too many more, but I want to put my hashtags in as well. As a parent, you learn sometimes the hard way. As a parent, you learn, take sometimes the hard way, the sounds that your baby and toddler makes that indicates whether there are any form of trouble. So, or not is inferred, isn't it? So I've got 5 characters. Baby / toddler, that saves some characters as well. Got 7. Right, weather, we'll say if. So you got to change your language, but the grammar still has to be right. If there. So it's all about saving characters. So I'm saving, I say save 6 characters there. In any form, which I like any form. As a new parent, as a parent, you learn this. As a new parent, you aren't given the skills. You need to learn them. What does a baby sound like when they are choking as opposed to just coughing? Okay, see if I can put in the Parent Diaries. Ooh. Instead of, so how about we say instead of coughing, not just coughing, of coughing. So it's 6. So now I could put TPD. Okay, so now I've got my hashtags in. I've got a tweet that's basically saying exactly the same thing as the Facebook post, and I can click tweet. And that's my tweet for the day, which is really cool. And we'll eventually get people following my Twitter account. Next week I'm going to put a link to Twitter once I've got a few things up, and hopefully people from the Facebook world will start following the tweets. And again, I need to work out a marketing strategy to get Twitter out there as well into the broader community. There's not a lot. There's some Facebook pages around the Parent Diaries and that sort of thing. In fact, there is one called the Parent Diaries. So see one new tweet. There you go. So as far as Twitter goes, I haven't done any research, but we'll see how we go. See what I mean about the S missing? There you go. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll keep you up to date with how the parent diaries are going.